Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and have a good day. My name Syahrul Nizam bin Bakar, lecturer from Commerce Department, Polytechnic Melaka. Today, we will learn about responsibility of taxpayer, which is the last topic in DPA 3033 Malaysian taxation. Okay class, the first thing that you need to know is there are two types of taxpayer in Malaysia. The first one is individual taxpayer and second one is employer. So individual can be divided into two. The first one is individual who are receiving their income from employment, and the second one is the individual who are receiving their income from business. So let we go to the first one, individual who are receiving their income from employment. So there are four responsibility that need to do by individual who are receiving their income from employment. The first one is declaring their income and claiming expenses in form BE, and they need to submit their form before 30 April for every year. The second one is they need to compute their income tax payable by their own self. The third one, they need to keep all related document for 7 years, and the fourth one, they need to pay the income tax payable. Okay, for the second category, which is individual who are receiving their income from business. Basically, in employment income, there are terms that we can call it as MTD, or in a full terms is monthly tax deduction. So her or his employee need to calculate their income, their tax payable, and pay by installment to the IRB. For individuals who derive income other than employment income, the IRB may estimate their tax payable based on the preceding year's tax payable and require them to pay the estimated tax in installment at prescribed due dates. If the estimated tax installment are not paid within 30 days of the due date, a penalty of 10% of the amount unpaid or paid late is levied. Next, we go to the responsibility of employer. After we discussing on the responsibility of individual, we go to the next category which is employer. Employer need to register an income tax reference number can be made at the nearest branch to your correspondent address or at any IRB branch. The following document must be attached together with the application form. They need to submit their form with a copy of IC. The second one is they need to submit with latest audited account. Number 3, they need to submit certificate registration of from SSM. The fourth one is a copy of Form A, which is form to incorporate the company, and the last one, a copy of appointment letter as tax agent if the registration is done by a tax agent. Next, they also need to send together the following document. The first one is a copy of memo and article of association, or now we call it as a constitution of company. Number 2, two copies of Form 9, which is refer to incorporation of company. Second, 2 copies of Form 13, which is referring to the form of change of company name. So what the employer need to do after they send their registration to IRB, they need to determine monthly tax deduction calculation in accordance with Income Tax Act 1994. Second, employer shall pay to the IRB not later than 15 days of every calendar month the total amount of tax deducted by him from the remuneration of employee. And the third one, the employer shall prepare and render to his employee a statement which mention about the tax number, full name, IC number and MTD amount, and submit through form E before 30 March. So this is the basic requirement that need to do by the employer. And then as a company, they need to furnish a tax estimate to IRB not later than 30 days before the beginning of the basis year for that year of assessment, and make sure that the tax estimated may not be less than 85% of the tax payable for the immediately preceding year of assessment. The tax estimated will be payable in 12 equal installments starting from the second month of the basis period. The payment of the tax installment must be made by the 15 days of the calendar. But IRB, they are allowed you to revise the tax estimated that has been made. They are allowed you to adjust the tax estimate. Either you want to increase or you want to decrease in the 6th and 9th month of the basis period. The taxpayer not required to provide any grounds or reason for the revision. Thereafter, the amount of the remaining tax installment will be adjusted accordingly. It is important to note that if the tax payable of the relevant year of assessment exceed the tax estimate or revised tax estimate by more than 30%, there will be a 10% penalty levy on the amount excess of the 30% buffer. So at the end of this topic, both of the parties, either as an individual or as a company, they need to keep all related record or document that should be supported. All the calculation has been made to calculate tax payable. For example, they need to keep EA form, original dividend voucher, insurance premium receipt, book purchase receipt, medical receipt, donation receipt, zakat receipt, children birth certification, marriage certification and others that can be shown to the IRB if you are the selected one to be audited by IRB. So at the end of the topic, you should know and understand what is the responsibility of taxpayer, either individual taxpayer or company taxpayer. So basically, now government are introducing MTD as a final tax. So whatever has been deducted monthly by your employer is considered as a final tax. So you are not compulsory to submit your e-filing anymore. But you have to understand that the MTD has been calculated by estimation. So you need to, in order to get refund from IRB, so you need to submit e-filing because you know all the relief that you can claim, so that you can get refund from IRB. That's all for today. Thank you very much.